turn this into, there we go, into this. So when COVID hit, I got call from people left and right because they want to install a bidet on their toilets. So in this video, I'm going to teach you how to install a bidet on your existing toilet. In this case, I'm installing a TOTO that a customer bought, but it's very similar to any bidet that you want installed. So the steps are similar, but if you're installing a TOTO, well, congrats, you chose a really good brand. So you can probably toss this away, and let's go ahead and teach you how to replace it. By the way, if we haven't met, my name is Kevin. So first things first, we're gonna start by opening the box and just make sure everything that we need is gonna be inside. Otherwise, there's no purpose of continuing, right? Once we have done that, now next step is turning off the water. So make sure the water's off. In this case is a quarter turn, so it's easy to turn it off. We're gonna flush the toilet so that way we know that there's no water running inside the tank. Once that is done, we're gonna go ahead and loosen up the supply hose. Mainly all this stuff you can do it just with your bare hands, or in this case with gloves. But you don't try not using any tools for this because it's plastic. Now we're gonna go ahead and remove the old seat cover. This one is pretty simple. You will probably need either a Phillips screwdriver or a flat to remove it. Now let's go ahead and clean it, wipe it really good because there's a lot of deposits there because it's a part of the toilet that barely gets cleaned. Now let's go ahead and take out that T, that fitting. We're going to install it in the tank and also the supply hose. Please don't use any tools. It is plastic, probably it's going to be black or maybe white. So let's go ahead and install it. First, we're putting it on in the tank. Make sure that the supply for your bidet is facing the front, okay, before you tie it. Now let's go ahead and connect our supply hose. Make sure that the washer that comes with the supply is in there. Sometimes it gets stuck on the tank, so it's something you want to watch out. Again, please don't use any tools. You're good with just with your hands. Now we're installing the base plate. In this case it's TOTO, so this is how it looks. Make sure you put it in the right position with the latches going to the front, just like that. But first we're going to install this funny looking hinges for the TOTO base plate. It's recommended to wet them, that way when you put in the hinges in, they go more smoothly. And once that is taken care of, now we're going to go ahead and put the base plate, and then we're going to add the rest of the stuff that comes with the plate. That is the adjusting plate, one for the right, one for the left. Now this is kind of tricky because it tells you that it should be installed 3/4 from the center to the side of the plate, so, or the front of the plate. In my case, I've installed several of them, and the position that I'm putting this adjustable plate is where it has worked for me. So it's about I'm gonna say there's like two spaces in between, and you can see right there, that's where it works for me. Once that is in place, we put the screws in, and don't tie it before you adjust it. Make sure that it looks straight. Once it's in place, go ahead and tie it pretty good. For this kind of bidets or washlets, they're kind of bulky. I'm gonna say a little heavy, so you will have to make sure that it's bolted pretty good, that base plate. In other bidets, same thing, apply the same thing. Make sure that the base plate is firm. Okay, and like I said in the beginning, those latches need to be facing the front, because those are the ones that are going to grab with your washlet. Before we mount it, put it together, don't worry if you don't get it right. In this case, this one has this latches where you press and you can release them. So if you don't get it right, don't worry about it. Just press that and it will release it, and you can try it again. So we're going to sit in on the toilet, and once it's set flat, we are going to push it back, slide it back till it clicks. So you'll feel it. And again, if you feel that it's loose, just release it and try it again. Don't worry about that. Once I'm done, one thing I want to do is verify that is aligned by opening the lid, and just make sure that it's aligned. Looks pretty good. And we are ready to connect our washlet or bidet. So we are first starting with the supply. I always check that the washers are inside, so O-rings. So that's a good thing to do. It's a good habit that I have. So again, I'm not using any tools. If you feel you need tools, then that's on you. You can snap the fittings. I don't. Once I'm done with that, I just tuck in, make sure that the hoses look tucked nice and neat. And in this case, this bidet, it states to run the, the power outlet, just like I did. Some won't have power. In this case, this one does. So first I'm turning on the water, and then I'm connecting the power. Once the water is on, I always make sure the tank is full and there's no air, and you don't see it in the video, but I did do that. Make sure that there's no air in the supply hoses or anything once it's on. And now I'm connecting my power, and now it's good to go. In this case, in this kind of bidet, it has a lot of uh, things to work with. One thing is that it has some sensors, so you would have to sit on it to activate it, make it work right. And in other ones, I just put my hand on or put the towel, and it works. As you can see, this one has a control and the owner's manual that I always leave it next to it so they can play with it. This bidet comes with a mounting bracket for the control, so we went ahead and put it on, make sure it's in a way that it's reachable, and that's how it turned out. And last but not least, always clean after yourself. Remember, happy wife, happy life. And don't forget to watch this other video.